Why the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. In today's video, we're again visiting with the new Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0, but this time asking ourselves one simple question. Why the Bodyguard 2.0? Many people are probably asking, does it take 20 plus minutes to answer a 4-word question? Yes, it does. To help us answer this question, we have 3 different stops on today's journey. First, we're going to shoot the Bodyguard 2.0 head-to-head against the original Ruger LCP. I know, not the most fair comparison for the Bodyguard 2.0 when you consider how many more years we've had to practice with the original LCP, but give it a chance. While the LCP Max might seem like a more apples-to-apples comparison, we're using the original LCP for its combination of double action only trigger, internal hammer-fired action, and single stack nature. And we don't have the original Bodyguard 380, so there's that. Our second stop on today's journey will be a quick velocity test of a popular self-defense ammo in 380 ACP, and finally, we'll flash back to some ballistic gel test results of that ammo from a Pocket 380. Before we get into the fun bits, a few more notes. Much of today's video was captured at the public range, so you may have to bear with some background noise. In the target shooting and velocity test portions of today's video, the silhouette and business card targets are set up at 15 yards. And now, let's hit the range! It's been a while since we've shot the old original first gen LCP. Let's put a couple magazines through today. We have some silhouette targets out there that are kind of from the neck down. We'll do 2 magazines through our LCP. And then the last 8 that we had in the box, we'll do through our Bodyguard 2.0. Our targets are out at 15 yards today. I'm going to do the LCP Max at our left-hand target because it is the one that was not marred by tape or something in the packaging. The right-hand one, still usable, but not quite as pretty. And the LCP is probably going to need all the help it can get today. Here we go. 2 magazines, right-hand target, 15 yards. Okay, at least one of those was donated to our other target. I think we have 3 hits on the silhouette, nothing spectacular. Let's do these next 5 a little more slow and measured. Here we go. Okay. Not very good. Now let's do our Bodyguard 2.0 at our right-hand target. Ignore the 1 hit out there if you can. Here we go. 8 shots. So it's at a 4-shot disadvantage. I think there might actually be 1 hit also on the far left edge. Here we go. With our Bodyguard 2.0, it looks like we have at least 6 hits, maybe 7 hits of the bullseye in sort of this area of our target. We'll have to walk down and see how. Now let's put this LCP to the real test here against the Bodyguard 2.0. This will probably highlight, besides capacity, the biggest difference between, or should we say advances, that the Bodyguard 2.0 represents. I'll do 2. I only have 5 loaded in each magazine, so we have a round number of 10. We'll do 1 sort of measured shot, and then a double tap. And then I will 2 double taps. Put it in a fresh magazine, same thing, a single shot followed by 2 double taps. Then we will load our Bodyguard We will follow the same sequence minus the reload in the middle. Here we go. Bodyguard will be on the right target. LCP will be on the left-hand target. If you can see the sticky pasties out there, I stickied over our last holes, kind of for reference. Here we go. LCP on the left.
When was the last time you shot this?
Okay, you'll notice only our single shot is on the paper. We kind of winged it. One of our double taps hit the belly of our Bodyguard 2.0 target. The other three, we have no idea where they went. Here we go. Let's try it again.
Are you aiming at dead center, right?
Okay. So on our 15-yard target, after 10 shots, 8 of those being in a double tap capacity, we have a grand total of 4 hits on the right side. We just kind of winged it twice in the hip and then twice over here. Let's see how we do now with the Bodyguard 2.0. Same sequence, same setup, minus the reload in the middle. We may even do one extra double tap in there.
Shook me a little bit because I was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
trying to get a steady hold on.
Maybe one in the top of the corner, just off the silhouette. There might be 10 of 10 on the paper. We'll have to hopefully zoom in with target cam and we'll be able to tell. We have a business card placed out there at 15 yards. Let's get some chronograph numbers real quick. We're going to use one of our favorite 380 ammos, Hornady Critical Defense. We'll do 5 shots through the LCP, getting some numbers, and then we'll get 5 shots from the Bodyguard 2.0, and we'll see how they compare. Here we go. $876, $930, $930, $930, $913. Let's see how we do now with the Bodyguard 2.0 and the numbers that we get with this firearm. $918, $915, $942, $935, $945. Let's take a brief break from the range portion of today's video to dive deeper into today's question. While different consumers gravitate towards pocket 380s for any number of reasons, one thing the majority of them believe is the firearms are intimate range self-defense firearms, not meant for target shooting beyond 5 or 7 yards. Shooting at 15 yards doesn't seem to fit in with much with that sentiment, but the added distance helped us better illustrate the end result difference. The Bodyguard 2.0 put better hits on our targets today, and it wasn't close. Sure, we did manage one hit on a challenge target with the LCP, but we also eliminated some head-to-head portions where it went 0 for 10 for time considerations. That's not a knock on the LCP. Much of the intimate range self-defense mentality is due to the original LCP and Caltex before it, with frame-integrated what we'll call suggestion of sights. It is extremely challenging to get a usable sight picture on a target beyond more than a few yards. Combine that with the very snappy recoil and a very long, heavy double action only trigger, and you have a firearm that almost nobody in their definition fits the bill of a target shooter. The long double action only trigger versus the striker fire trigger is one reason for the big difference in the hits on paper results between the two firearms today. As you can see here, not only is the trigger pull much longer on the LCP, but it is also the reset. It has a false reset click in the middle of the reset stroke, where if you're out of practice with it like I was today, you'll have user-induced failures. The change to a striker fired action also enabled Smith & Wesson to lower the bore axis of the firearm. No longer is a hammer spring and hammer mechanism contained in the grip frame, taking up space. This lower bore axis gives the firearm a felt recoil more horizontally aligned with the user's wrists. Smith & Wesson also gave the Bodyguard 2.0 a very aggressive recoil spring to help further counteract the snappy muzzle rise typically seen in tiny pocket 380s. The third factor that contributed to the significantly improved performance of the Bodyguard 2.0 compared to the original LCP is the presence of sights the user can see. While not the world's greatest sight system, compared to the fixed frame integrated suggestion of sights, they were on a world of improvement. Before we get into the ballistics gel test portion of today's video, let's take a brief moment to mention some differences between the original LCP and the original Bodyguard 380. Similar to how the Bodyguard 2.0 has advantages over the LCP Max, the Bodyguard 380 has advantages over the original LCP. Both the original Bodyguard and LCP are single stack, internal hammer fired firearms with long double action only triggers. The Bodyguard had adjustable and replaceable sights that are usable. It has a double action trigger that reset the hammer so you have a second strike option in the event of a failure to fire. The slide lockbacks on an empty an empty magazine, and it can be field stripped without tools. But for all those advantages, the original Bodyguard still has a long, heavy, demanding double action only trigger that many find extremely challenging to shoot. Had we been shooting the original Bodyguard 380 today instead of the LCP, our groups, if you want to call them that, might have been slightly better, but I don't see them being at the Bodyguard 2.0 level. Now, let's flash back to a ballistics gel test we conducted this last spring before we get into our conclusion. He's a good boy. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
I'm gonna fire this third one. To sum up the numbers on our Hornady critical defense test today, we saw an average velocity between the 915 and 930 feet per second ballpark, which is well within the range of one round to the next. That velocity against our 10% FBI grade ballistics gel leads penetration of approximately 8 inches, with the FTX projectile expanding to be about 33% larger in size than it started. If you'd like to see additional 380 ballistics gel test, check out the following playlist. Circling back to our original question, why the Bodyguard 2.0? While you do sacrifice a small bit of concealability with the added grip size to accommodate a double stack magazine, for those of us wearing clothes that leave something to the imagination, that added size doesn't make much of a difference. To go along with the added capacity and slight drop in concealability, you have the added benefits of a better striker fire trigger and less felt recoil. Those two things combine to provide a big bump in accuracy and precision of the groups many users will see. Before we call it a day on today's video, Fred reminded me I should tell you about our memberships. If you'd like to see more ballistic gel test videos in the future and want to help us cover those costs in a manner besides liking and sharing our videos, looking to becoming a member. Members get sweet perks like early access to content, exclusive member chat badges and gifts that we use during the morning walks with Fred, and members only videos. YouTube ad revenue and memberships help us cover the cost of these videos. If you're a cat person, it's also a good way to get on Fred's good side. Well, anyway, that seems like the perfect spot to end today's video. If you enjoyed the video today, like it and share it with your friends and family. If you didn't enjoy the video, let us know why in the comments, or sleep tonight knowing Fred is judging you. Cat people without memberships, Fred is also judging you. Cat person or dog person, we're glad you made it this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day. He's a good boy.